My name is Princess and this is episode 2 and it's titled Making Room for Family. So if you haven't watched episode 1, make sure you go watch that first so that you can get a full picture of the entire story. Darling, please give me a follow and also share this video. So my husband and I knew one thing for sure. We're not just looking for a bigger flat or a bigger apartment. We're making room for family we have been praying for, even before we knew that our prayer would be answered. So we started house hunting, not because we didn't like the flat we were living in before or we lived in, but just because we knew that we would love to grow. And so we kept going for viewing, we kept hoping, we kept imagining our future, but nothing felt right. When you walk into a place and your heart says, this is it. We never got that feeling for all the apartments we went viewing. And then when we found out we're having a baby, it just made everything more urgent. Now that was just not about wanting a bigger space, it was about preparing for our little miracle. We thought, surely this time, everything will fall into place. Babies are a blessing. Of course, babies are a blessing. But the houses we're still checking were still not giving us that aha or zhuzh or that this is the one. And if I'm being honest, that was quite difficult because sometimes when God answers one prayer, you expect that the other one will just be answered immediately. Everything will just, all the puzzles will begin to mix, but it didn't work out that way. But at some point, we just decided we'll stop forcing things. We will just do what we can do and just leave the rest in the hands of God. So we started preparing for our baby with what we already had. We measured every corner, made sure the apartments could fit what we're buying, had to downsize, had to strike some things off the list. When you're having your first baby, sometimes you can go really cray-cray, but we had to narrow everything down to only the essentials. But slowly in all of that, we started adjusting our expectations. Slowly we learned how something beautiful, sometimes you would have to wait for it. And God asks you to prepare what you have in your hands before he gives you more. Looking back now, I realized that house was never about the house. It represented family we're praying for. And although things didn't happen in the order we expected, they still happened eventually. I'll see you in episode 3. We'll continue this. Thanks for watching. Bye.